Welcome to the Community Brew Podcast, Commerce and Conversations, brought to you by the carefree Cave Creek Chamber of Commerce, where local business meets local flavor in the heart of the beautiful Desert Foothills region. We're serving up fresh insights, inspiring stories from business owners, experts, and community leaders shaping our vibrant community, including simple strategies to help you grow your business faster. And now, here's your host, President and CEO of the Carefree Cave Creek Chamber of Commerce, Steve Feld.
Hi, and welcome to the Community Brew Podcast. I'm Steve Feld. With me today is Janet Mohr from Mohr Realty Group, Realty Executives.
That's close.
Great. Well, Janet, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm actually a real estate geek. I am someone who actually dreamed of being in real estate or owning real estate since I was a child. Most people that are in real estate today had another career and then retired and thought, oh, I think I'm going to get my real estate license. But I actually, when I was a very young age, my aunts owned apartment buildings. I grew up in a suburb of Chicago, and I dreamed of having my own buildings someday, which I don't have any apartment buildings, but
That's pretty amazing. As a kid, you knew what you wanted to do.
I really did. And I realized at a young age too, or at least I thought, that all realtors had to be old because they were all pretty old in my neighborhood. So when I was in high school, when I was choosing a career, I didn't think that I was ready to be in real estate because I was not the correct age. I did end up getting my license at the age of 23, 24. It was back in 1985. So I've been doing this a long time.
Nice. And what is one of the biggest challenges since you got real estate license? Then did you start your business right away? How did that journey start?
I think every real estate agent, when they get started, it is their own business. So yes, I did get my business started right away. I put in a lot of hours. I loved it. My husband didn't understand it at the time. I remember a couple times he told me I should just quit, which would have been a big mistake. I did have a true love for it, and that was before cell phones, and that was when the contract was only 2 pages, and half the realtors didn't ever read the back page of the contract, didn't even know what it said. When we had pagers, and so you'd get paged and you had to run to a pay phone, and invariably there would be spit on it from someone else from before. It was really a very trying time when you consider everything today. By the time my husband started with me in 1989, he was able to have a cell phone right away, which I was a little jealous of that because he didn't learn the hard stuff that I did. But we've really come a long way. We've got about 11 pages on our contract now.
Wow.
And then we have all these addendums, and now we've just been through a lawsuit with NAR. So they've changed our whole dynamics with agency and things like that. So it's just always a do-over in real estate. You're always having to recreate yourself and figure out where the market's going.
What would you say was one of the biggest challenges when you started up? Because you started pretty young compared to most people starting up a business.
There were a lot of challenges. Yeah. Well, when I started, which this really was it was a real blessing. When I started was right around the time when the savings and loan crisis started. And while you might think, oh, what a horrible time to start, it really taught me how hard it was to be in this business. I didn't get into it at a time when you were making a lot of money, quite the opposite. So I think that really helped me, because then when we went through the other cycle, when everything was crazy and I saw these new people getting their licenses and making all this money, and they were buying these big houses, and then we all know what happened. So a lot of them are out of the business. They lost their homes. So you really need to be grounded in this industry.
It's true. Now, I know you're a chamber member. How did you get involved in the chamber?
I was involved in the chamber very early on. I really think that I was in the chamber before it really was the chamber. I've been up here in the Cave Creek area for about 30 years. So I'm always that person that wants to be involved in everything. And it was just a nice avenue to be involved in with my business. I was in Booster Club and all the school activities. My husband did coaching for the kids. So we've always been very involved.
Great. And how's that, involvement, obviously with the chamber community has helped your business?
It's just, it's a people relationship business. So the more
Mhm.
people you know and the more relationships you can build. And I have met some truly great business partners that have been just a great asset, especially because people are calling me all the time. My clients call me all the time and text me. They want referrals. Somebody wanted a carpet cleaner today. People that are moving need junk removal. So I give them Dustin's number. Window treatments, Julie's in my quick dial. So it's really been a great asset knowing everyone.
Great. It sounds like you have some great, I want to say, just not just partners, but joint venture partners in a way and community partners. And has that really helped your business too? Is it, I know you're giving out the referrals. Has it also come in the other way?
Oh, yes, I definitely get it the other way as well. Yes. And I think my clients appreciate that I know people that they can come to me and they can get somebody that's trusted.
And I know you're heavily involved in the community in many different areas, but give us a couple examples on how you give back to the community. You mentioned a few already, but I know you do a little bit more.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Where to
I
even
don't know.
start?
I just try to stay on top of things so that I know what's going on. That's all I would say. I think in real estate, you really have to, because if you're going to be selling someone's property or you're going to be helping someone buy a property, you need to know everything around it that might affect the value. So I try to stay up in government situations. I want to know what's going on and how things can affect somebody's property value for sure. Private property
Absolutely.
rights, yes. I'm totally into private property rights.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the things we focus on too is the
Yeah.
advocacy side because we know there's always some kind of bill, legislation coming down that can affect one of our industries up here or many of them, but it's
Yes.
affecting businesses.
Yes. Very important.
And how do you stay motivated and inspired every day?
Oh, I have a lot of things that inspire me. I have 5 grandchildren now, so they inspire me. I love real estate, so I love the investing aspect of it. I do own some rental properties. I never did buy an apartment building because I moved to Arizona and they didn't have the type of buildings like Chicago. I don't know how to explain it. It just never felt good.
Different.
Yes, so I went into individual homes for investing. So real estate keeps me motivated, just watching who buys, who sells. Um, I love the aspect of investment. I went and got my CCIM designation, even though I mostly do residential, because it's the investment part of real estate, knowing how to analyze things, looking at a property and being able to decide how you can make it more valuable. And I've been very successful at that for myself and for my clients.
Oh, excellent. And what is something you would say to someone who's looking to get into real estate right now? What would that sage advice that you would give them?
Well, I guess I would ask them what their motivation is for real estate. If it's because they feel like they're just going to make a lot of money, that's the wrong reason to get into any field. Um, I know for Ryan and Kendall that joined me. Ryan is my youngest son, and Kendall is my oldest son's wife. They both were raised in a real estate atmosphere, so they kind of know the lows and the pitfalls. So it's not about the money, it's about helping people. It's about putting a lot of extra time in. The saying was make your own hours in real estate. You never make your own hours in real estate. You really have to be there for the client. It has to be when they're ready. So you give up a lot of things. And so you really have to love it if you're gonna do that. You have to feel the excitement of, oh, I can help them. I honestly I'm not proud of it, but I even went out and wrote a contract on a Christmas morning, which Christmas is one of my favorite holidays and very special time, obviously, because of what it stands for. So I'm not proud of it, but that was what happened. We needed to get there, so I did it. So yes, you have to be willing to commit like that.
Great. That's a tough one. That's always a tough one. It's the
Mhm.
commitment side.
Yes.
Now, this one's a loaded question. What is one of your favorite hidden gems or known gems up in this area?
I love this area. So can I do more than one?
Yeah, because
Okay.
there's so many. I always say there's gems that are visible, like right on the strips, the main
Uh-huh.
views, but there's so many hidden gems up here that are phenomenal.
Yes. Yes. Well, as far as restaurants go and things like that, I'm gonna have to say the Grotto because I love what they've done there.
Mhm.
I love consignment stores. I love the patio and but I love the other restaurants too. Stumblina's. I have favorite foods from everywhere. Canto Bar and Grill, uh, pizza. I can't think of the name of it right
Pizza
now.
Cotta.
Pizza Cotta. Yes, I love their eggplant parmesan. And then that would remind me of Shelley, who has that fabulous art store and jewelry store across the parkway or walkway from them, who also does Images Magazine, which we publicize in that. And that's a phenomenal source for marketing. And then as far as hidden gems, there's so many great hiking places around here. Um, and I'm fortunate enough I've probably walked every inch of this land in Carefree and Cave Creek before the homes were built even.
Wow.
So if I haven't walked that particular spot, I've walked 3 lots down or so I know the makeup, I know the views and there are some really special places, but they're on private property, so I probably can't tell you.
We'll keep those out of
Yes.
here. And what do you see your business going in the next year, or maybe even the industry?
It's an exciting time. Just when I think I know everything, I don't. They changed the rules. They've brought AI in, which is just so phenomenal. I remember I went out and bought the 16 Apple when I heard AI was coming out. I had no idea really what it was. I just knew I needed to be ready for it. And so I'm delving into it, and it's a game changer, and it's exciting. It's one of those things that kind of renew you. If one of the questions was, what motivates me? That motivates me.
Mhm.
Learning. I love to learn. Um, I love reading, although have a tendency of when I sit down, I start to fall asleep, so I don't get through it as much as I'd like. But I love the learning process. So
And it's always changing. I mean, every industry has there's constant change in it. And
mhm.
as we know, any industry that's not changing as well, they're no longer around.
Right, right. You're always reinventing yourself in
Mhm.
real estate.
And how can people get a hold of you in case they have a buy, sell need?
Well, my phone number is 602-980-7653. And you can also go to my website, morehomes.com. And my last name is spelled with Mohr, not to be confused with the other spellings.
Well, great. We will have all of Janet's contact information if you're watching us on video in the comment section below. And if you're listening to us online on the podcast, whatever your favorite station is, it's also in the show notes as well. Anything else you'd like to add, Janet?
Well, just call us for all your real estate needs. It's not just me, it's Ryan and Kendall. So you have some young, new ideas, not just the same. Like I definitely see a difference in the way younger people like to communicate. So I totally understand why they would rather work with them instead of me. I'm a calling person. A lot of people like to do emails, which I can always tell somebody's age when I get a request online without even looking. So yes, just give us a call.
Great. So if you do have those needs, make sure talk to Janet first. See how she and her team can really help you out in buying and selling your home. Right, Janet.
land or business or commercial.
There we go. It does so much. And it's nice that you have a nice team to round that all out.
It is, yes.
Hopefully you get a little bit more time and no more Christmas deals.
Yeah, I know. That was a tough one.
I just want to say thank you very much for being on the
Thank
podcast
you.
today.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Well, if you like Janet and many other guests on this podcast, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you can get those updates of who's coming up next. Besides experts like Janet on the podcast, we do have many educational episodes as well. This is Steve Feld and Janet Mohr wishing you and your business much success.
Thanks for joining us on the Community Brew Podcast, Commerce and Conversations. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, fellow business owners, and community champions. Don't forget to check out our other episodes for more tips, stories, and strategies to help your business grow, all served with a local twist. Until next time, stay connected, stay inspired, and keep brewing success in the desert foothills. The Carefree Cave Creek Chamber of Commerce wishes you much success.